Yo guys, what's up? It's your boy TRUEDBZ back with another review video. But this isn't a normal review. This is part 1 in a 4-part series of reviews going through the Sly Cooper franchise, as it is currently the anniversary month of the series. In today's video, I will be reviewing Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. The main topics of this review will be general information, gameplay, game modes, visuals, audio, and ending with my overall opinions and rating of the game. Before we get into today's topic, please hit the like and subscribe button at the end if you enjoyed the video. It does wonders for the channel and helps me stay motivated to create more content like this. Also, be sure to check out my links down below. In the description are my links to my Twitter and Twitch account, my channel artist page bossumans on Twitter and TikTok where he posts his artworks and commissions, and my playlists are there as well to provide you with more of my content. With all of that out of the way, let's get into today's review. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus is a stealth action platformer, available on all PlayStation consoles, developed by Sucker Punch Productions, published by Sony Computer Entertainment, released on September 24th, 2002 on the PlayStation 2, and sold around 900,000 copies. The goal of the game is to jump, whack, sneak, and steal your way through hub worlds with dedicated linear levels by platforming, steering clear of enemies, traps, and spotlights in order to collect treasure keys to unlock a boss fight, while looking for clue bottles to unlock power-ups. Sly 1 goes through an episode-based gameplay loop. Every episode has a hub world, 7 levels, with plenty of collectibles and challenges to complete. There is some diversity when it comes to the levels. Most are platforming levels, but the game also includes turn shooting and vehicle minigames. The controls are very simple and easy to learn. You move with the left analog stick, control the camera with the right, use X to jump, square to hit enemies and break obstacles, triangle is to use power-ups, L2 and R2 is for swapping between them, and the classic button of the series, circle, is used for special actions connected to what the game calls thieving opportunities, which manifest themselves as unexplainable blue auras. For example, running on tight ropes, climbing ropes, walking on ledges, etc. Difficulty in the Sly Cooper series is on the low side, but Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus does have mechanics and post-story content that makes it the hardest in the franchise. Unlike the games that comes after, you don't have a health bar. In Sly 1, you're a glass cannon, meaning Sly can one-shot any enemy outside the bosses, but enemies can also one-shot Sly. To make up for this, the game uses horseshoes as a damage absorption mechanic. One horseshoe can absorb 1 hit of damage, but Sly can only hold 2 horseshoes at a time. You can gain horseshoes by finding them throughout the hub worlds and linear levels, or by collecting 100 coins. There is a life mechanic, but the only detriment in dying with no lives is that your progress in whatever level you died in gets reset. The rest of your progress in the episode is kept. In terms of progression, treasure keys, clue bottles, and master thief sprints are what the game provides as progression, with each collectible providing some type of reward. Treasure keys are the main story collectibles. You earn these by beating the level it's located in. After you locate all within the hub world, you will unlock the episode's boss, and when you defeat them, you move on to the next episode. Clue bottles are the secondary collectibles that are scattered throughout each of the platforming levels. Each platforming level has a certain amount of clue bottles hidden, and when you find them all, you'll gain access to that level's vault, which holds a piece of the Thievius Raccoonus and provides a power-up for Sly. Once you collect them all, you'll unlock multiple extra video content that I won't spoil. The Master Thief sprints are time trials for the platforming levels, where you have to make it to the end in a certain amount of time while avoiding enemies and not getting caught by any of the traps. as getting caught increases the speed of the timer, making the challenge significantly harder. The Master Thief sprints will test your knowledge on memorizing level designs, power-up usage, and timing. The reward you get for completing the time trials is an audio track that plays throughout the level of developers talking about various topics such as development on the game, development on certain levels, background information of ideas for the series, and more. The most unique mechanics in Sly 1 are the power-ups you gain through the Thievius Raccoonus, ranging from goofy to good quality of life to useless but a fun idea. My personal favorite power-up is the Fast Getaway Raccoon Roll. It has momentum-based rolling physics, meaning if you roll down a hill, you'll gain a good amount of speed, and if you hit a ledge at the right angle, you'll gain a nice jump boost as well. Sly 1 only has one game mode, that being the main story, with optional collectibles and challenges sprinkled in. Sly Cooper in the Thievius Raccoonus' story uses a simple, classic premise. That being the main character is the last of a certain group, and they have to learn the old ways to become stronger while getting revenge. This is actually to its benefit, as it helps new people relate to Sly as a character and become invested in his growth. Sly's story begins when he was a child. Sly Cooper comes from a family of raccoon thieves that specializes in stealing from criminals and developing thieving techniques. The Cooper clan wrote about their adventures and techniques in a book called the Thievius Raccoonus. On the night Sly was going to get the book from his father, 5 individuals, Sir Raleigh, Mugshot, Ms. Ruby, the Panda King, and Clockwork, named the Fiendish Five, arrived, killed Sly's parents, stole the Thievius Raccoonus, separated the book into 5 parts, then left to their own areas of influence. Now alone, Sly gets put in an orphanage, then meets his best friends. Bentley, the nervous genius, and Murray, the strong-willed companion. After their first heist in stealing cookies from the orphanage, they created the Cooper Gang. The Cooper Gang's mission now is to hunt down the Fiendish Five and recover the Thievius Raccoonus. Skipping to the present day, Sly stole his file from the local police station, giving him the information he needs to find the Fiendish Five members. The rest of the story is the Cooper Gang going to various places around the world, taking down the Fiendish Five with some interference from Sly's #1 officer, Carmelita Montoya Fox. The simplicity of this story is what makes it great. Like I said before, this premise is very familiar and so will emotionally connect with most people. Even beyond the premise, the characters are also simple. Sly is a confident thrill seeker that loves the art of thievery. Bentley is an overly scared, secluded genius. Murray is a joyful buffoon. And the rest of the cast are similar in having a main dominant personality trait. This simplicity does have a downside for the Fiendish Five specifically, however. Due to the fact that the Cooper Gang and Carmelita talk and interact with each other throughout the game, their banter and scenarios can carry their simple characterization.
Ah, Carmelita. I haven't seen you since I gave you the slip in Bombay.
Which reminds me, you need to return the Firestone of India to its rightful owners.
And I was gonna give it to you as a little token of my... Hey, you know, that bazooka really brings out the color of your eyes. Very fetching.
You think? This pistol packs a paralyzing punch. You ought to try it. Might snap you out of your crime spree.
And give up our little rendezvous?
Plenty of time for that once you're safely behind bars.
But the Fiendish Five only appears in their own respective episode, and only in person at the end of each episode. So you don't really get any time to interact with them. Heck, none of the Fiendish Five members interact with one another, making it so after you've beaten them in their episode, they don't really leave an impression on you. Clockwork is the only exception because his threatening design, ties to the Cooper clan, and the fact that he's the final boss of the game. Ultimately, Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus' story succeeded in what its main goal is. That being to get players invested in its world, characters, and plot by using simple to understand concepts, scenarios, and characters, while providing fun banter between the main cast to keep things interesting and amusing. Graphics wise, the game looks good for an early 2000s game, pretty similar to other platforming games at the time, with sharp and angled models and semi-blocky environments. The art style of Sly 1 really shines in each episode's beginning and ending cutscenes, and as well as the in-game environments. Sly's world is very colorful and cartoony. The cutscene and in-game environments takes advantage of this colorful and cartoony nature to really bring this world to life. Every character, hub world, and level has something memorable about its design that you won't forget it. The game runs smoothly on all current versions of the game. Sound design is very good and immersive. The sound effect for whacking enemies and breaking objects has a certain crunch to it that makes it really good to break things. Probably my favorite sound effect is when you're moving, your footsteps sounds like musical notes, and that sometimes it can sync with the level's music, making it a treat to platform and move your way through a level. The soundtrack has lots of memorable tracks, and although not my favorite in the series, it still has quite a lot of bangers. Here are my top 5 choices. All the voice actors does a great job portraying every character's personality. especially the voice actors of the Cooper Gang, Kevin Miller, Matt Olson, and Chris Murphy as Sly, Bentley, and Murray respectively. The banter between these three really brings together their brotherhood dynamic, and it only improves from here. Now let's jump into my strengths and weaknesses of Sly 1. Sly 1 has a great story to set a great foundation for more stories beyond. Sly, coming from a family line of thieves, makes it believable on how talented he is, but also because since he lost that connection early in his childhood, it makes it so satisfying when he finally restores his family heirloom and grows by learning their techniques. The story could have handled the Fiendish Five better, as each member after they're gone don't really have a lasting impression on the player, but their fantastic designs and voice actors does do a lot of heavy lifting for them.
I got a voice message for the two-bit thief who's making off with all my treasure keys. You're dead, Pally. If I get my hands on you, I'm gonna fit you with your own pair of cement bunny slippers. You hear me? Your lunch mate, joint.
Finally, the Cooper Gang's dynamic with each other is the highlight of the story, as Sly, Bentley, and Murray are constantly looking out for each other and performing their role in order to complete their goal, with a couple of jokes sprinkled in.
Sly! Come in! Sly! Do you read me?
Yeah, I read you. Loud and very loud.
Sorry, I'm a little nervous. Trying to break into police headquarters does that.
Get over it, Bentley. You're safe in the van. I'm the thief here. I've got to steal that file from Inspector Carmelita Fox.
Well, count on me to be your eyes and ears, buddy. Got their security system totally scoped. To get inside, you're gonna have to go through that air vent.
All right, I'm going in.
And don't forget you got me at the wheel, Sly. All you gotta do is grab the file and get back to the van. We'll do the rest.
Just keep that engine running, Murray. I'll be down in no time.
The hub worlds and linear platforming levels have fantastic designs. From the color schemes, platforming dynamics, level progression, enemy designs, and gimmicks. My favorite hub world is Mugshot's Turf, located in Utah, because of its vibrant colors and enemy designs. In terms of individual levels, my favorite platforming level is the Unseen Foe in Panda King's Firework Empire, located in China, because this level takes advantage of Sly learning Sly Tutankhamun Cooper's Shadow Power technique, which turns the user invisible. This level has plenty of challenges, teaching you how to use the power-up while also leaving ways to skip or get past them by using other platforming shortcuts and techniques. The additional content, that being the clue bottles and Master Thief sprints, are simplistic in concept and execution, yet rewarding to complete. This game has my favorite additional content in the series because both of them require a different mindset to complete. The clue bottles needs more of an open mind and thrive to explore every nook and cranny of the levels to find them. With the clue bottles being easy to find on average, the reward you get, that being power-ups for Sly that are also connected to the plot and Sly's ancestry, was a brilliant decision, because it keeps players both engaged in the world of Sly while also keeping them playing, as earning power-ups through gameplay achievements is motivating. The Master Thief sprints needs a more strategic mind and endurance to trial and error your way to completion, as the Master Thief sprints are very difficult, especially to players new to the Sly series and platformers in general. The rewards you get for beating the time trials are so unique and awesome additions that true fans of Sly, platformers, and people invested in game design will definitely enjoy. Sly's power-ups throughout the game has a vast range of value. Mostly good ones, but does have some bad/niche ones. As you can see, most of the power-ups are good, and even the situational ones aren't terrible, but the bad ones basically has no function, as they are either worse than Sly's base abilities, or just puts you in danger more often than not. In comparison to other platformers at the time, like Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy in 2001, Spyro Year of the Dragon in 2000, Super Mario Sunshine in 2002, and Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex in 2001, Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus in terms of scale is on the smaller side, as it's the first game in its respective series, but like other games I've mentioned, has great foundations. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus overall targets gamers that love platformers and classic storytelling. In terms of replayability, Sly 1 after 100% completion, players technically has no reason to replay the game, but Sly 1's level design and story details does become better after the first playthrough. I give Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus a 4.5 out of 5, because of the great foundation it becomes for the Sly series going forward. The storytelling, gameplay, characters, and more all gets improved in future titles. In terms of the game on its own, Sly 1 is a great experience for any type of gamer, thanks to its smooth gameplay, good progression, fun extra content, and a great and relatable story. I highly recommend Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus to everyone. Leaving this game on some personal experiences with Sly 1, Sly 1 was actually the last Sly game I beat. I beat Sly 2, 3, and Thieves in Time before Sly 1. When I finally got to Sly 1, it felt so weird not having things from the other games like a health bar, a shop, and multiple playable characters. Lastly, playing Sly 1 feels like a blast from the past. The early 2000s was a great but weird time for gaming as a whole, but the platforming genre was a juggernaut, and I believe the Sly Cooper series was one of the reasons why. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, please support the channel by hitting the like and subscribe button. Remember to check out my links down in the description. And that's all I have for you all today. So I hope you guys have a good evening, everyone, and I will see you guys in the next review. Sayonara.